I don't know what we can talk about in this nation without talking about white superiority, honestly.
Who defines the meaning of God also defines the relationship between economy and God.
African Americans spent $1.3 trillion last year, making us the 16th wealthiest nation in the world. Why have we not turned those riches into wealth to develop our community?
Peace, family. Peace, everyone. Happy New Year. It's been some time. It's been a minute since I've been on the program. Happy to be back as always. Right now, the flavor of the month, flavor of the week, flavor of the year is a happy day of Black excellence. Please take this opportunity to get your tickets. Tickets are going fast. We got a powerful, exciting lineup for you. I'm in store for that day. It's not even a day. It's a whole full experience, 8 to 9 hours, and it's going to be fantastic. And if you're not there, you're going to feel like, damn, why did I miss that? You know what I'm saying? So we got a powerful show for us tonight. We have the legendary brand Nubian in the house, and also brother Jamaar Milton from the Lighthouse, and sister Lyrical Faith, a world-winning poet. With that, take this opportunity to let people come in the building, give a chance people to kind of share and comment and like the show, you know, help get the word out, let folks know that the show was started. Took some time. Sorry for the delay. We're about to get started on the show just momentarily. We got our guests pretty much backstage, and you know, there we go. Happy Day of Black Excellence. I've got my brother, Dr. Ken Harris, the host and moderator. The brother hosted and moderated the One Africa Power and Unity Conference in Detroit. Did an excellent job. That's my man right there, good brother. The president of the National Business League, what was founded by Booker T. Washington. If you have not seen that HAPI talk, please take this opportunity. Well, to pin it, go back and watch it. Make sure you check that one out. Definitely a powerful discussion. Dr. Susan Tata, who was also part of the Power and Unity Conference, along with our brother Riza Islam, who was there as well. Dr. Gina Falou, who was also there. Professor James Small, HAPI resident scholar, and Fudisi Chihuti, one of my former teachers and one of a good brother, a good friend, as well as brother Kaba Kameni. All these people here were part of the Power and Unity Conference. And it's very important that we know that they're going to be in person. The difference between the Power and Unity Conference and the Happy Day of Black Excellence was some of these people were streamed. They came streaming in from wherever they were. Riza was in Georgia. Dr. Susan Tata was in Germany. And Kaba, I believe, was actually, he might have been in Brazil at the time. But right now, everyone will be in the house. This will be a live experience for those people who are not a part of the live experience. Don't live in the New York City area, the tri-state area. You can definitely live stream it for the comfort of your own home. So there's going to be a worldwide event. And along with that, we got the legendary brand Nubian in the house performing some of their greatest hits. We also have a poet Lyrical Face, my brother Jamaar Milton, and extended clips of HAPI, the role of economics in the development of civilization, which we have here. And if you have not seen HAPI, please take this opportunity to make sure you get your copy. And also, brother Amadeuz Christ new film, Out of Darkness Heavy is the Crown, Volume 1. So, you know, these are things that we definitely have to stay on top of. This Day of Black Excellence deals with the extraordinary Black genius through the artistic expression. And it's important that we understand who we are. Constantly, our identity or our search for who we are in terms of reclaiming our history and our legacy is being challenged. And we have to understand that the way we combat these challenges by taking stands such as this and really coming out to these types of events and being with the family. And with that being said, this is also a networking event as well. We're going to be networking with the family. There's time built in the program that people can be with the various different people in the HAPI marketplace, the vendors, and also be able to kind of touch, you know, rub shoulders and shake hands with the people in the community, the leaders, you know, people, just the lay people, just everyone, you know, we're going to be there. We're going to be in attendance. It's going to be a really powerful experience. So for those people who are interested, get your tickets at hapifilm.com, HAPIFILM.com. Definitely get your tickets. Definitely be a part of this experience, you know, and come out, you know, spend time with us. Come out, break bread, come out, talk, you know, hang out with us and be a part of this. It's going to be in Jamaica, New York, New York City, you got to show out. It's been a long time since we had something like this in New York. It's very important that we come out to something very positive. You know, we're not trying to get at each other, not trying to like kind of show and prove what somebody else is no versus the other person. This is an event of Black love. You know what I mean? And we're going to come out, we're going to show what Black love really looks like. You got my girl Tika in the building, Waleed, you know, many others. So to give them a quick shout out, you know. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with the show. Keep this moving. Got my brother Lord Jamaar in the background. You're going to bring him, got him backstage. We're going to bring him to the front of the stage and let him do what he do. Peace, my brother. How you feeling today?
Peace. I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right, brother. I'm all right. So, family, while we wait for the other two group members of Brand Nubian to come along, we're gonna go ahead and get started. My brother Lord Jamaar, family, please show the brother some love. Definitely give him your give him your high fives, your clap.
She's a beautiful mind. She's be on my channel. She's a regular on my channel. So I definitely
you know what I'm saying?
Following. I see my man Waleed Martin. He said 914 now rule in the building. I see you, Hotep King.
Yeah, Waleed actually came with us to Kemet this year.
A1 Drizzy, that's somebody else from my channel. Come on, stand up, Godcast channel. You know you in here. Follow me over here. Come on.
Facts. Hey guys, so listen, man. You know, when we think about this combination of consciousness and art through music, you know, I'm like, damn, that's kind of bringing it back to its essence. That's kind of bringing it back to the founding fathers of what it used to be like. You know what I'm saying? And just converting that knowledge itself from, you know, from what's in your mind and letting it come out lyrically. You know, one of the subtitles of the show is Power of the Word. You know what I'm saying? And when I think of just the creative essence of the universe, you know, that utterance of creation took forth from, you know, the power of the word. And I want you to just kind of speak to just, you know, what was your first, when do you know you wanted to be a lyricist?
I'm not sure if I even like called it a lyricist in my mind, but I know when I wanted to infuse knowledge of self in hip hop. Okay, because back in the days I used to listen to WHBI, and there was a show called the Supreme Team, world famous Supreme Team. C Divine, the Mastermind, Just Allah, the Superstar, and these were some 5%ers. Some, you know, they went out to make Buffalo Gals, records like that with Malcolm McLaren and all this type of shit. Hey DJ, those are their real hits.
Classic joints.
So anyway, they had a show that they did out of Newark, New Jersey, little small radio station called WHBI, and they used to be on there singing what's called the Enlightener, you know, and a peace to Allah and justice and justice. So, and in the Enlightener, basically they go through the mathematics. They be like, the knowledge is the foundation, the wisdom is the way, the understanding shows you that you are, excuse me, on your way. So anyway, when I first heard that, and they were doing it to the Make This a Night to Remember, you know, and that shit was like, at the time, that song was new, it was cutting edge, and I just liked the song. I didn't know nothing about the 5% Nation. I didn't know nothing about what they was talking about, knowledge, but I knew the words. You see what I'm saying? I knew the words. So then fast forward, maybe, you know, a year or two or so, I meet a brother who moves around my way from Queens. He moves from Hollis, Queens to New Rochelle. His name is True King. And so we connect on some hip hop shit. And he's trying to like build with me and teach me about the 5% Nation. And he starts showing me mathematics and all this. And I'm like, wait a minute, knowledge is the foundation. Like, I'm like, why does shit sound familiar to me? I'm like, yo, this the shit the Supreme Team was talking about. And I was like, oh. And then it helped me, you know, because you're supposed to memorize all of this in the beginning. And I was like, I already know this. I know that song. So a lot of this I already know. I know at least the foundations of it. You know, the wisdom is now I see. And I was like, once I realized what they did, I said, these dudes taught me without me even realizing I was being taught. I said, that's genius. I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to mix in this knowledge and like plant seeds. And like, even if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I want you to, once you grow into your knowledge, be able to listen back and be like, oh shit, that's what he was saying. Like, even appreciate it. You know what I mean? So make it like the gift that keeps on giving. You might just like the song just for a superficial. You like the beat, or you like the way the flow is going, you know. But once you grow into your knowledge, certain lyrics and certain words, you know, the power of those words become more powerful depending on your level of knowledge, you know. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. And I guarantee you, you know, everybody in this room, like if you listen to certain things we said back then, like you're gonna catch more shit now, you know, now that you're older, because a lot of it might have been new to you at the time. You know what I mean? Now that you can really, you have 30 years to reflect, you know, since All for One came out, you know, hopefully you've accumulated more knowledge in 30 years, and now you can grow into some of that.
Right. So what degree were you at the time when this was happening?
What physical degree was I?
Yeah.
I was like 21, wisdom knowledge.
It was 21.
Mm-hmm.
You ever got a chance to kind of really build with the world famous Supreme Team?
Absolutely. I had C Divine right here in my rest before. You know what I mean? Like, that's the God. Like, and that was an honor. And I told him all these stories, and you know what I mean? I redid the Enlightener on our In God We Trust album. We called the song A Law and Justice. We didn't call it the Enlightener, but we called it A Law and Justice. And I had redid it to another beat, but we sang basically the Enlightener, and the way I formatted it was based on the way that the Supreme Team did it. You know what I mean? And then later on, I actually recorded one by myself, a version of the Enlightener, to the Make This Tonight to Remember joint, and kind of patterned that off the Supreme Team.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right. I remember that verse in Wake Up where the you know, the math is got the chorus of the math in there, and that kind of reminds me of that, you know, kind of going through it. And that was, for me at the time, it helped me to memorize, you know what I'm saying, the math, just based off a Wake Up, because I definitely could understand, you know what I'm saying, what you're saying, just having that music and using that as a tool and as an avenue. So when I think about just consciousness and music and how it relates to the youth, you know, for me, like, I feel today one of the problems with, you know, our communities is that what I like to call the absence of God. It was once upon a time where God was present everywhere. Every project you went to, like, there was a presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the gods, the nation, the gods of earth had a strong presence all throughout. You know what I mean? And you have the exact opposite of that now. You know, not all gods and earth, they was all positive, but there was still that essence there. You know what I'm saying? There were certain elements that was there in the streets that existed. You know what I mean? It was always a line that people didn't cross because of that. You know what I'm saying? And I always wonder, like, you know, looking at just the history, you know, the nation, the gods, and earth, like, where did things begin to evolve from, like, there being that presence everywhere to where it's kind of like where it is kind of now? You know what I mean? It's not as strong as it used to be.
I mean, I feel like it's you know, it's tied to economics in a way. Like when we got knowledge and all of that, and And for a minute there, when it seemed like conscious, hip hop was winning, people wanted to get knowledge and all of that. You know what I mean? Because it almost seemed like, okay, I can, you know what I mean? I can be myself and be rewarded and be able to make a living at this or whatever. Once they try to cut us out of the mainframe and just focus on gangster rap and all that other type of shit, they shifted the initiative. There was no initiative, for the average person to even listen to the gods or like how they used to. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it seems like the 85s got the answer. They're the ones making all the money now and shit like that. They're the ones that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Is being rewarded for their negative stuff.
Right.
Peace, guys.
Peace, God. How you feeling today?
Peace, Almighty. Everything great. Just trying to get it situated, We good now.
Nah, that's good. Thanks for coming along, being a part of the show tonight.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We know you brothers got, a lot going on. We're going to try to keep this moving along. So, we're just asking the God, Lord Jamaar, about his influence and what got him to one, knowledge itself, and how that knowledge itself kind of just brought about and transitions for him and wanting him to convey that information through music.
Right.
If you turn your phone to the side, God, it'll put you in like big mode and shit. There you go.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on, I gotta get it situated. My computer was bugging, man. I tried to. Peace. So I guess you want me to elaborate on?
Yeah. What was your, your inspiration in terms of knowledge itself, and how did that then translate to you becoming, and wanting to deliver that message through music?
Okay, well, that basically, that's just a long beginning. My family I was kind of born into like the struggle, like with my family, like they were political activists and they were in the struggle. They, like Black Panther, BLA, New African People Organization, NAPO. So I kind of was like, as a kid, geared towards that. Like, I had school on weekends, learning about culture and history, my family definitely was big on Malcolm. We used to go to his gravesite, his birthday, every birthday and all that from little kids. So that was the spark right there, basically my family. As far as like the 5% Nation, one of my homies, he was like a year younger than me. He got into some trouble. Like he had cut my man and they sent him off to juvie and all of that. And this was like, late 70s, kind of mid to late 70s. And when he came home, his name was no longer Buddy McGee. His name was Rakim, So that's how I got introduced to the 5% Nation. Like, the way what attracted me to it was the lingo and how he was talking. And, then we had a build. He sat down like, yo, you want to get to knowledge yourself, whatever, boom, 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 And he gave me the book of life. And he told me, the steps to, of course, if you eat swine, you got to fast. But I didn't eat swine, nothing like that. And gave me the breakdown, learning the universal flag. And from there on, and then you get your lessons, your degree, your math, your alphabet. And that's how, you know what I mean? But it was the attraction, how smooth he was. But as far as overall being conscious, like that was pretty much the beginning, like, that was the whole time, like,
Right. And just taking that information and translate it into the music piece, because that's the, when we talk about this show and what we're doing tonight, and also how it relates to the Day of Black Excellence, is our consciousness coming into this art form and our Black genius translating into art. You know what I'm saying? So at what point did, you knew you wanted to be an artist?
Okay, well, when I first heard rap, that was a no-brainer, like, like it was the era, there was the beginning stage, like the cassette tapes, the pioneers. I learned from the originators who started the game. That's what got me into it. and loving it. Those were like superheroes to me. Like that was just a different energy, like, and it was something new, and it was something that I can do, and it was just that it was a no-brainer for me, like, you know. Now, as far as incorporating, you know, like the knowledge of self and everything like that, it's funny because I had the meeting with my family, and we had to sit down because at a certain point, you know, they ask you like, what you want to do. This is what we do. This is our organization. We do da. We're fighting for independence. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is any means necessary. We, you know, so basically, I explained to them like, yeah, I'm definitely with it. You know, the whole nine, but I do music, and I can express it through my music. Like I told, and Jamaar, as you know, remember my uncle that used to come to our early shows and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Those were, you know what I'm saying? He knows those were freedom fighters, like, you know what I'm saying?
All right, for real. Free the land, like
free the land,
yeah.
Exactly. So I made an oath to uphold that. Like that was my part, you know what I'm saying, to contribute towards the struggle. So when me and Jamaar linked up, it was a no-brainer, like, and it just made it easy, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And both of you brothers from Nauru, y'all both from New Rochelle?
New Rochelle, different parts.
Different parts of New Rochelle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, so, you know, I know, like I said, I know you brothers is busy, you got a lot going on, you know, you got to keep it moving. But I just want to kind of ask you, just kind of, what do you have to say in terms of about this show coming up in less than 2 weeks now, Saturday, February 4th? You got any, you know what I'm saying, thoughts about it?
I mean, we've been doing this for so long. We got we just gonna do what we do. Definitely build, and definitely our mindset hasn't changed. It's even grown more with experience over the years. So we're gonna do what we normally do, and we have a purpose and a goal. So I think we're just gonna make it. We're gonna have some fun. It's a balance to life. So I mean, we don't like necessarily like just see things one-sided, because like I am from the hood. I was a fly dude from the hood. Jay was a fly dude from the hood. You don't lose those characteristics. You just add them all together. You know what I mean? Shake up the bag, and those are all the ingredients. So it's gonna be, we're gonna do what we do. Keep it fly, keep it educated, keep it, you know what I mean, civilized.
I like what you said about the balance, because when we first started thinking about putting this together, that was one of the things that kind of came out, was the balance of it, trying to have, because we are who we are. Let's not forget who we are. You know what I mean? We have certain knowledge of self. Right. We can't front. We can't do that. And you know, Zach and I, we got a long history, and I was like, you know what, listen, we got to bring in the brothers. You know, I've known Jay for a little while now, so it's like, you know, we got to bring in the brothers to be a part of this, because it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Keep it fly, keep it constant, keep it civilized, educated, like all those different elements that kind of go together, and it just, you know, made the perfect sense. What about you, Jay? What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think it's dope. You know, all the people that you're gonna have there in one place under one roof, you know, and then to have a musical component and all of that, because, you know, it could be a lot. You listen, you're taking in a lot of information, and you're listening to this one and that one, and at some point, you might just want to let your hair down now and just, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's something that's part of our culture too, is to, you know, engage with the drum and get on to these frequencies and deal with these frequencies. So that's where we come in at. We're gonna bring you down with those drums and that frequency to help accentuate what you've been soaking up the whole day, you know, for this 9 hours while you were there.
Right. Your brother's definitely getting a lot of love from the chat. People definitely got a lot of love for y'all, so that's a good look. You know, the family's definitely, like, you know, just resonating well with them. You know,
that's whenever we got love for them right back. That's why.
That's
exactly. You can feel it. We here for a purpose, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, like I said, we love the love that we get, because basically we dedicated our careers to striving to help our people, basically, you know, at the same time have fun. If we can get paid for that, that's a blessing too, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we can get paid for being negative and foul and disrespecting our women, disrespecting each other. But when it's time to get paid for doing something conscious and right and exact, it's a problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're like the object is you can teach, but you're supposed to be poor and not have anything and get anything. You supposed, like they say, like dedication is you not getting anything out of it or any reward other than the fact of what you're striving for, which is garbage. Like I want to educate and I want to eat at the same time. Like I shouldn't have to feel bad because I want to get paper, and at the same time I want to educate my people. I think they should get more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that was society that teachers should get paid more and this, that, and the three. Well, that's what we're doing too. And that's for all the brothers, conscious brothers and sisters who go out here and dedicate their life to striving to help their people. It should be a great reward. And you shouldn't have to feel ashamed if you know what I'm saying, want to get that bag as well. You know what I mean? Because we have the harder job because we know what we're working against. So we're gonna make it do what it do.
Make it do what it do. You know, that's the HAPI motto, economics, politics, and culture. When we think about having that knowledge of self and having that knowledge of self kind of work alongside your economics and your politics, you know, we definitely need, you know, strategy as well as finance in order to be successful. Because, you know, a lot of times our movements die because they're broke man movements. So we got to kind of keep this moving forward. And that's the name of the game. So I'm glad you kind of brought that energy to it because that's definitely what's needed. So definitely
that's what Brand Nubian was, bro. If you notice, a Brand Nubian album consisted of education and fornication. No, I'm just joking. Education and having fun, and you know what I mean?
Right, and being fly, like
being fly, all that.
Yeah.
But we come from that, you know?
Right. No, definitely facts. I remember that. I mean, you know, I was coming up, definitely got, you know, a little like younger than y'all brothers, but I definitely remember that era. Remember that time. I was on a show with somebody last night, and we were talking about just that whole, you know, just that whole era, what it meant, like, especially being here in New York. You know, for me, the school was a runway. I didn't come to school unless I had certain things. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a part of the culture. So kind of goes.
We kept it, you know, conscious, but at the same time, we wasn't trying to like be dirty, like, you know what I mean? Like, we trying to be cool and fly and conscious and all of that in one.
Because we all of that, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just one thing, like, you know what I mean? It's like I said, we're not just one dimensional, like, you know.
Some people take consciousness as like you got to be like dirty, and I'm not feeling that.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not feeling.
Yeah. I got one last question for you brothers, man. During that era, you know, we like Boogie Down Production, X-Clan, Public Enemy, Brand Nubian, you know, Eric B. and Rakim, all this.
Four Righteous Teachers, yeah.
Four Righteous Teachers, you know what I'm saying? And I know there's many others that I didn't mention. Right.
Yeah, we can go on and on, yeah.
We can go on and on and on. But will we ever see an era like that again?
I think so. Because as the sun and the moon rotates, things will duplicate.
Speak on it, God.
And that's the facts. So I don't care what you say or what you think or what you thought.
Care shit will come back around, like there has to, because we see every day there's a need for a conscious movement. There was a need for conscious music in the 60s, and you know what I mean, in the time that we was coming. So the need is there. Somebody's gonna fulfill it, like, you know what I mean. And it's actually, there's people out there, they're just not mainstream. You got to look for them now. You as the consumer can't sit on your ass and think they're just gonna bring the conscious shit straight to you, you know, from the radio and all of that, and just put it on a platter for you. You have to actually, if you want these jewels, you have to mine for the jewels. You know what I mean? That's part of what you have to now do on the internet, and make sure that you're tapped into those circles so that when that type of stuff drops, that you're abreast of it.
Facts.
You know, it's interesting you bring that up because one of our guests tonight is a brother I would definitely put in that lane, maybe not mainstream, but definitely a conscious rapper and has his own movement growing. We're going to bring him on right now, the brother Jamaar Milton, you know, the Lighthouse, you know, positive rapper in his own right. What's up, brother? Peace, brother. Jamaar,
Peace,
how you feeling?
Peace, kings. Peace, kings.
Peace,
Legends.
Peace.
Wait,
Right.
you know what, Taaqiy, before, because I don't want you to let these brothers go, before I just say thank you guys for coming on. Grand Poobah, Lord Jamaar is like, yo, I'm just so happy to see you guys. Jamaar, it's going to be fabulous. Family, make sure you are getting your tickets.
Right.
Yeah, this is
And
great.
listen, they don't have to go, but it's up to them. They can stick around. I know, Jay got some stuff brewing in the background. My man, Grand Poobah, I know he got some stuff going. Definitely appreciate them coming, sharing this time with us.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's up to them to figure out what they want to do. If they want to stick around, they can hang out with us with the cipher, or they can, do their thing. It's up to them.
I got a few more minutes for a build. You guys?
A few more minutes, but yeah, I do have to go.
Lord Jamar's been with us all day.
Yeah, I didn't give you time.
Good man.
So listen, family. Before we move on any further, please like, comment, and share. We got a few folks in the building. Get this word out. Obviously, you can see what's going on right now. This is an historical moment. You know what I mean? And we definitely want to make sure we get this out to as many people as we possibly can. So, like, comment, share at least the 3 people that we know and get this word out. So, Brother Jamaar Milton, man, you was in the background kind of seeing what was going on. What's your thoughts on some of the things I was asking Brand Nubian?
Man, just hearing what Lord Jamaar just said about you got a mind for the jewels, and he's so right. Like, there's 40,000 songs being uploaded a day. Like, me and my guys, we talk about this all the time. There's 40,000 songs being uploaded a day. What separates you from everybody else? You know what I'm saying? When you put your stuff out there, you're not going to find conscious music just in your face. You got to go. You literally got to go and get it. You got to be wanting to look for it in order to find it. Imhotep, and it's actually, I think it was Amenemhotep III. He said it. He said, knowledge is rare, but it can be found amongst the women in the grindstones. And what he meant by that is, anybody can really bring you knowledge, but you're gonna find it someplace, where you least expect it. You know what I'm saying? It might be amongst the poor. It might be amongst people, the lowly, the ones you least expect. You know what I mean? It's gonna bring you that word that could possibly bring you to the next level. So I think we're at that space now, collectively as a people and just universally in the world, where people know that this universe exists and there's a way to tap into it. The younger generation see it as, like portals, tapping into different portals and going into different dimensions and raising your frequency, vibration, all these different words being thrown around. But eventually it begins to metastasize and stick. And they start to realize like these are real things. It's not just talk. You know what I'm saying? The frequency that you want is going to magnetize certain things into your life. It's going to tap you into spaces that you never thought you would be in, So, hearing this conversation, from these legends and you guys doing this work, when I came into the conscious community, I never thought I would still be doing music. Like, that was put to the side. And then I saw that there was a need, like he said, there's a need for it, where there's a soundtrack to these people's lives that need to be created. We all have a whole separate lifestyle that we live aside from what we hear on the radio. So what does that sound like? Going to the vegan store and getting you a smoothie, what song you playing? You know what I'm saying? We can't be talking about drinking liquor and, popping, like we doing something totally different. So what does that lifestyle soundtrack sound like? And, these brothers have been doing it for years. And there's new artists coming out that want to tap into that want to know what it's like. But, studying you guys is how it gets done. You know what I'm saying? Studying the greats that came here before that was already doing it. And that's still doing it. That's still relevant. You see what I'm saying? It never goes anywhere. It's classic. Consciousness is classic. It's not dated. It don't get old. It's not trendy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something you live your everyday life by. So, this is a special conversation in the event. Having you guys a part of the event is going to be even more special. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's peace, bro.
Yes, sir. So, Felicia, before they go, you got any questions for Brand Nubian?
Yes. Well, no, I don't have any questions. I just want to add on. Let me tell you guys, when your album came out, I didn't have the pleasure of, and I say the pleasure of, growing up in New York City, because I'm from Detroit, but I have been fascinated with New York City probably all of my life. And I was just like, whatever I do, I have to just get to New York City to live. But I remember you talk about trying to get music, you know, with MTV coming on for like maybe 3 hours a day. I was living in Utah. Like it was just all this, you know, all these different things going on.
You was living in Utah.
Yeah, no, my dad, because my dad was in the Air Force, and so we were stationed all these different places. But by the time you guys came out, it was during like Desert Storm and Desert Shield. Like, remember we were in the Persian Gulf thing? That was like what, like in the, it was 1990, right? Your first album came out?
89.
89?
Yeah.
Yes.
90, yeah.
So at this point, I was in the Air Force, and I was stationed in Florida. And I remember all this stuff happening, and it was myself and these two other Black airmen that we all were in the same clinic working. And we were so clear that we did not join the Air Force to be in anybody's war. We didn't do any of that stuff. So we were trying to figure out, how do we get out of this? And I remember one of the guys had a friend that he was from Philly. And so that's kind of where we got our music from, was from Philly by way of New York City. So I remember him bringing in you guys' album, and we were listening to it on cassette tape in, you know, like during lunch hour. And I was like, wow, that's why I learned the phrase Walaikum Assalam, like all of that. And so we were just listening to you guys' cassette tape over and over and over again. You know, people in the clinic start thinking that we were conscientious objectors of the war. Okay, so that means that we couldn't go and fight. And so between that, Farrakhan tapes and X-Clan, which is really wild, this is like, I mean, it just started to just kind of shape my whole idea of it. You know, and I was like, damn, because it wasn't just what you guys were saying, but it's how you said it and how we were moving while we were saying it, which made it stick. That's the piece. And so, you know, when I'm just so appreciative, and this is full circle. I'm telling you, I cannot wait until February 4th to see you guys. I'm telling you, family, if you guys are coming, don't talk to me. We ain't talking. I'm not doing nothing. I will be in the auditorium. I will be screaming and yelling. I'll be right up there with you guys, because this is going to be fabulous.
You know, I kind of want to.
Oh, so this is great.
Sound like a groupie.
I am a groupie.
Nah,
you know what? I'm not going front. I might be a groupie. I am.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking, sis.
Yo.
But we love that. Like, I mean, we appreciate that. Like I said, our payment in this game is the love from the people. Like, yeah. Then secondly is the financial aspect. But first is the love. You know what I mean? And we appreciate that, because we work hard and we try hard to let knowledge be born and educate our people, and regardless of what's trending. And you can't, it's just funny because we some of the flyest dudes in the game. I mean, I had the whole world dressed in a certain way and all of that. But that was just the magnetic to attract our people. Like, we've always been fly from kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? But the objective is to educate our people. So sometimes you have to use method and ways to get the people attracted to what you're doing and like it. And then, because a lot of people, when we really started blowing up, they were more on the way our swaggy was, and then got, like I said, magnetized by what we was doing, and then learned, like, oh, we wanted to even learn, you know, and be conscious and be righteous. You know what I'm saying? But it was the attraction that pulled them in. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's very important, like, because you can't, you know, you can't fight a war if you don't have no soldiers. Like, so you have to definitely gain the confidence of your people and give them that understanding and let them know y'all's building on knowledge. Knowledge is the foundation which everything exists, you know what I'm saying? But once we understand the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? First of all, we got to have a cipher, you know what I'm saying, to attract, and then we give the knowledge. If you ain't got a cipher and nobody to talk to in that cipher, its knowledge is going to waste. Right. You understand? So we deal with the cipher, then we bring the knowledge, and then, you know, wise words being spoken, the wisdom, and then we show and prove through our action, our ways of action, which brings forth the understanding. And that's the highest form of love to me. When we understand each other, then we can deal with each other, and we won't be out here murdering each other and killing each other like we worthless, you know, trash and savages. You know what I mean?
Yes.
True indeed.
Facts.
So that's what Brand Nubian represent, basically. That's what I represent. I stand on that.
Indeed.
Stand on that.
And you know what's for so many, so how, like, your lyrics are so, oh my God, it's like they're so deep. But the thing about it is that everybody knows every single word of what you say. I was down at Howard's homecoming this year, and Ninth Wonder just popped up at a party and he took over the set. And when he played Slow Down, every single person in that place was singing every song, not just like the little parts where everybody knows. No. They were singing like the whole verse. I was like, oh my God. Like, it was just, so even, you know, you're looking at what, 20 years later, you know, your music still resonates.
30, actually.
30. I'm getting old. Damn it. Okay, there it is. 30 years later, it is still there. It's, yeah.
Because you know why? And it's always going to be there until society changes, until we get that. Because this music is made to uplift our people and change the conditions that we're in. If it doesn't change, then everything we say still remains. Like, we don't even have to make new records. We can just play our old ones and it'll still apply to what's going on right now. Because what we're trying to do is uplift and make a change for our people. And it ain't changed yet. It gets gotten worse. So if you put on a love verse hate, they say we play a hating because we hate the black on black. And the fact we can't stand when we act like that. Self-hate killing us more than the Pope or a crack. I tell my peoples with the gats. It ain't about all that. That's today. But it was made 20-something years ago. You see what I'm saying? So when you're doing something consciously to uplift, unless it brings forth the change, it's always going to be relevant, you know?
I think also we as a people, we've forgotten the power of music and how it's a learning tool, you know, like, you know, if you just look at your ABCs, right? You know?
But see, you know what? It's not, we didn't forget the power. They learned that it's power.
Facts.
But we don't control nothing. So now they learn, oh my God, it's the same thing that can bring them together. We can, the same thing we can get them to tear them apart. Yeah. See, so the ones in control learned that this was the key of us coming together. Music was an intricate part of us unifying, and they learned that. That's why on the radio you don't hear nothing but destruction.
They know.
Because they know.
Yeah.
Art imitates life, and life imitates art, and anybody who disagree with me is a fool. Because I talked about Tommy Hilfiger, and then the whole nation had on Tommy Hilfiger. You know, Slick Rick talked about put your ballies on, everybody put on ballies, Run DMC, Adidas, so and so on and so forth. So we can't say that art don't imitate life and vice versa. But that thing is that they know that we can destruct on what we listen to and what they feed us through the internet, through the radio, and so on and so forth. So it's not like we don't know. It's like we ain't in control.
Right, we ain't in control.
That's what it is, huh?
You know, it's interesting. We asked a question a little while ago about going back to the early 90s and just in terms of the movement of conscious hip hop. And one of the things that went along with that movement was the social movement that was taking place in the streets. There was a different energy in the streets that actually went along with that. And that's something that, you know, we're trying to duplicate now. You had the Nation of God's Earth, Nation of Islam. You know, we had a lot of Ansars in the street. There was a lot going on in terms of what was happening at that time. And this movement we have now with the HAPI Movement, it definitely is a part of that. It's a revival of that. And to keep this kind of bring back that essence of that spirit of what we had in the, you know what I'm saying, during that period, all of us being a part of it. So, you know, definitely salute you, brothers, and thank you for being a part of this. And we're going to keep this movement going strong.
Hey, no problem, and salute to y'all who are out there every day striving to make a difference as well. Like, it's just gonna happen. But like I said, everything almost like I said, the sun and the moon rotate and it comes back around. You know, we could do the 70s, we could do the 90s. Now we in the 20s, you know, it'll come back around. Facts.
All right, brothers. So listen, you know, again, we appreciate y'all, and you know what I'm saying? We see you brothers on the 4th.
No
Looking
doubt.
forward
No
to
doubt.
it. No doubt. All right,
Stay
brother.
strong. Peace.
Likewise. Peace. Peace.
All right. Peace.
I just got
That's what's
all right.
Yay!
Nah, definitely that, you know, definitely a nice build.
Yes.
So my brother Jamaar Milton, man, we see you going strong there in the lighthouse every day, pumping it out. We definitely want to salute you for that and acknowledge you for definitely being a huge voice in this event. I don't know if a lot of the family has recognized the importance of this. It's not sometimes, and I guess we're kind of conferenced out, we're kind of evented out. Certain things we just, some of it's happened so much we become kind of numb to things. You know what I'm saying? But this is definitely something different. This is coming from a different place, different space. And at the theme, the center of this is definitely love for Black people and understanding what it is. There's many stars on the stage that night, right? But the reality is the only star is us. And we're celebrating us. We're celebrating our beautiful Blackness. That is the theme of the event. And that's something everybody can get with. You know what I mean? And it's bringing all these different elements together to showcase who we are. There is no real main star. We're all stars, and this is just what it is. And the people in the audience need to understand that as well. They are a part of this. They are a part of this, and they are the stars as well, because we are celebrating our beautiful Blackness. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know what I mean? So for all those that's going to be in attendance, my girl Takesha from Detroit, she'll be there. Definitely she's coming all the way from the D to hang out. I don't know if Tiffany's in the building. She'll be coming from the D as well. So people from all over are coming. So you New Yorkers, listen, this is Broadway. This is the Mecca. You can't let the people from other places come and y'all ain't in attendance. That's going to be a problem.
But
you know what I mean? So
piece is that the family coming is the conference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're the conference.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Right. Nothing happens without them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They like, how do you say, the 12th man, all the time. They're it. They're part of the team. You know what I mean? So this goes out to y'all, let y'all know y'all definitely a part of the team. Y'all part of this movement, and you will be on stage. You will be a part of this. 100%.
Yeah. You know what? Wait. What song you gonna sing, Jamaar? Which one you?
Oh man, we was actually talking about it yesterday. Like, what should we do? It all depends on how much time we got, but it's got to be in accordance to what's going on for that night. So I mean, I got a couple to choose from. We still trying to narrow it down. So I figure we probably won't know until days before how we gonna do this. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, preparing to do, like, when it comes to do songs and stuff like that doesn't work well for me at all, because I like to deal with the energy. You know what I'm saying? So when I get there, I'll have a couple of sets ready, and depending upon how I feel, that's how we're gonna that's how we're gonna do it. I can't.
Feelings.
I can't tell you it's all about the energy.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna be texting you every day which one I think you should, which one you should do, because you made a video for it and I freaking love it. So I'm gonna just listen. We'll see how it goes.
Which one are you talking about? Which one are you talking about?
Gym shoes. I'm gonna get my little gym shoes.
I wonder if it's what I had in mind. What song are you talking about?
It's a one with life in it. It's from it's earlier. It's like maybe a year and a half old.
Okay.
I can't remember the name. I just remember the video, because I remember I texted you right after I saw it. I was like, damn, this shit good. I'm sorry, that's not HAPI language. I mean, it's a really good song.
We're gonna bring some good energy though.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Yeah, no, I know that's a fact. And family, definitely take this opportunity again. If you can support the channel, support the program. Got the Cash App, $, HAPI Film. There's definitely so much other things we can do. We got the new merchandise. Oh, okay. And one of our other guests is here. You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep the show moving along. I got the HAPI long sleeve shirts and the hoodies with the double HAPI to North and HAPI to South, the power and unity. Definitely you want to get that merchandise is limited. You only got a very limited amount. So definitely take this opportunity to get that. Hey, sis, how you doing? Peace.
Hey. Oh wait, let me see. It's her. You can unmute your mic, honey.
Hello.
Yay.
How are you?
Peace.
We're good. How you doing, Lyrical Faith?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm good. See, you have completed the circle of entertainment. We have brand Nubian on. We got Jamaar, who is also going to be performing, and now you. That's what's up.
Yes. Good to have you here with us tonight. Good to have you here. Bringing this energy. We thinking about it. When I thought about this name for the show, what is one thing everyone has in common, and that's just the power of the word, you know. And you know, from the bottom line, everyone is a wordsmith. May use words to communicate in a very effective way. And what was your inspiration? And by the way, let everybody know that you're an award-winning poet. And you know, poetry is, I'm assuming, your passion. What made you want to become a poet?
What made me want to become a poet?
Yes.
Okay. So, hi, thank you again for having me. What made me want to become a poet? I've been writing and performing since I was 12, so 6th grade. And when I was a 12-year-old girl in school, and my teacher introduced spoken word to me, I think prior to that, my interactions with poetry were Old Dead White Men, Shakespeare, etc., kind of like that basic elementary introduction to, you know, what poetry was when we were younger. And as I got into middle school, and I went to a talented and gifted program, so a lot of my friends were in extracurricular activities, and they were singing and dancing and all sorts of things. Those things weren't like my skills and talents. So when I found poetry, and when I found spoken word in particular, as somebody who always enjoyed reading and writing, it was something that clicked for me, and it was something that was freeing for me and allowed for me to be able to channel some of my frustrations and my energy into an outlet where there were no rules, where no one had any control over what I could say and what I could do. So,
yes.
So I was on your Instagram page, and by the way, you want to her information, we can put it up so people can go follow. We'll follow her. And I was looking at some of your shows and everything, and I noticed there's a lot of your content is a message in there. It's not just your average run-of-the-mill kind of poetry. There's a very powerful message. And you know, one of the questions we asked Brand Nubian and also Brother Jamaar is about bridging those two things, your voice and also the message, that consciousness, and being able to deliver that message through this forum. Like, when did you become, I guess, conscious in the way of the world, and how did that take place?
that was before poetry. I would definitely say I grew up that way. My parents were very, they just made sure that me and my siblings were very rooted in our Blackness.
Yes.
And it was just something, it was just like a way of like growing up. Like, you know, my parents would make sure that we were exposed to, I guess, like, you know, certain information, certain documentaries, things that, you know, continue to like affirm our identities and to just be like aware and conscious growing up. I did attend schools. I did attend, I'm from New York City, born and raised. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised. I attended public schools my whole K through 12 education. So I did attend schools with other Black and brown students, predominantly my entire childhood up until college. So it was something that was just all around me. I think also as somebody who's from New York City, because as a traveling performing spoken word artist, I had the opportunity to go regionally, nationally, internationally, and just like interact with other crowds of people from all over, and who grew up in different places, who grew up with their Blackness being presented in different ways. And I think, like, as somebody who grew up in New York City, I feel like you get exposed to a lot growing up. So it was just so I definitely always had this sense of identity and this sense of pride in my Blackness. And just as I continued to write and become an artist, as I was able to form my voice in certain ways from 12 on, that kind of just transcended into my writing.
Okay. And how long have you been, how long you, I guess we'll say professionally, but how long you've been, I know you said since you was 12, I think you were saying you've been a poet. Well, how long you would say you've been doing it professionally?
Oh gosh. So let me see. Definitely like 10 plus years. Okay. Definitely about 10 years or so. I've been, when I went away to college, I started to I joined the poetry program on campus, and I started to write and perform there, and also like use my poetry in a competitive manner, so in poetry slam. And so a lot of people in the poetry world might know me for, well, at least like on the national scene, know me through poetry slam. And so that's been like my gateway into like being able to get my work out there on like a different platform, because slam is a competitive platform, and you tend, in the poetry world, at least in the spoken word world, you tend to gain a lot of traction and a lot of exposure in different ways when you are a competitive poet. And so I would definitely say that I've been slamming since my first slam was in 2013 when I was in undergrad. So 10 years.
Okay. So yeah, the Happy Day of Black Excellence. What are your thoughts on the day, the program, the event? Have you had a chance to look at everything and know what's happening?
Yes, I was told. So first off, I think that, thank you all for having me a part of this program. I think that I've been able to participate in programs with the African Poetry Theater in the past. And, through my affiliation with them in the past and just continuing to stay connected with them over the years, I think the first time I featured at the African Poetry Theater was 2016. And so that's going on 7 years ago. And, I think that, I was told that like, this program is going to be such a powerful and impactful program. They want to make sure they had a powerful woman voice that was a part of it as well. And because they are familiar with my work and everything like that, I was able to, make the connection with them to move forward with like being a part of this day. But Black History Month is my favorite month. February is my favorite month. February is my birthday month. I'm an Aquarius. February is my favorite month. And so, and when it comes to like spoken word, when it comes to like my poetry or like being able to be a part of, I have the honor and the privilege as a spoken word artist to be invited to so many different types of celebrations of Blackness, celebrations of culture, so many different types of events as a performance artist. And so this is one of those events that I'm really excited to have the opportunity to jump into. And I'm really happy to see that, like, I feel like these principles of Blackness and these principles of like, for example, when we talk about the principles of Kwanzaa and we talk about like how, important it is to follow them. I feel like as a society, as a culture, we bring them up once a year during the week between Christmas and New Year's. And then, folks aren't getting back into like, revisiting what the principles mean throughout the rest of the year as much. You don't hear about it as much, but I feel like opportunities like this are, an amazing follow-up to be like, hey, we actually live these principles and discuss and celebrate these principles all year round.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Fee.
No, I just have a request. I mean, this may be so inappropriate, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Listen, girlie, you gotta wear yellow. Yellow is your color. I love, yes.
You're telling me now. Let me take that into account when I pack.
Yeah, no, you gotta get a little yellow outfit. Okay, I'm just telling you now. I was on your Instagram and I was like, you are killing it. You're sitting here very modest, like, oh yes, I did it. No, family, you don't understand. When we said Black excellence, HAPI's bringing Black excellence. When this girl starts talking, it's going to bring out the poetry in you. You don't even know you are. Okay, I'm telling you, because that's like the people that are coming. They're gonna incite something in you. Okay, I'm telling y'all now. When she's speaking, I'm probably gonna be in tears. When Jamaar and Brand Nubian gonna be performing, I'm gonna have tennis shoes on, fucking screaming. Excuse me, screaming. I'm gonna be screaming. When Professor Small and all of them are start lecturing, I'm gonna be taking notes. And then in between, when we're breaking out and we're doing this networking thing, it's gonna be so overwhelming in a good way. And this is what we need, because this is how we move the race forward, right? We start getting connected to who we are. And we have plenty of opportunities. February 4th, family, get your tickets. HAPIFilm.com. Get your tickets because you want to, be able to see this live. If you're in the New York City area, you're gonna want to be seeing this live.
Yes. What does your shirt say? Black Joy.
It does.
Yeah, Black Joy.
Black Joy.
Yeah, it's appropriate. Yes.
Actually
Black Joy.
from the National Black Theater.
Okay. Out here in Queens. Okay.
The National Black Theater in Harlem.
Oh, National Harlem. I'm thinking of the Black Spectrum Theater.
Yeah, thinking of Black Spectrum. Shout out to Sekou Branch from African Poetry Theater.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to the African Poetry Theater, for being a staple in the community. Definitely it's helped me in my development and many others. And definitely, we look forward to having institutions like that. Speaks to the importance of institutions. And this event is certainly an institution within itself. So family, take this opportunity. Like Felicia said, go ahead, get your tickets and be a part of the experience. Yeah. So you guys have any other thoughts on, the event, the day? What about you, brother Jamaar?
I'm looking forward to hear some poetry, man. I love poetry. Early on, before I was rapping, I was doing poetry. You know what I mean? So
I figured that's what I figured.
I always love to hear good poetry.
Before I was doing poetry, I was rapping.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like it made sense. You know what I'm saying?
It's all one and the same. Yeah,
all rappers are poets. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But I love to hear people bring it, in a poetic way, because you could do a lot more with poetry when the music doesn't restrict you. You know what I'm saying? You could take those pauses and those breaths and let it sit, let it marinate for a minute before you come back in with the next sentence. Music, you got a time code. You got to come back in at it. Now with poetry, some things you say, you just got to, that was crazy. Just hold on. You know what I mean? Let that marinate. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love and respect poetry. I love and respect poets just in general. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to meeting you guys and, working with you guys in the future. It's going to be amazing. It's good for the people. It's good for the community, all together, and it's necessary. We need it. I love the professionalism that you guys bring to the subject matter of what you're doing. Like a lot, like what Lord Jamaar was saying, like not even so much just how we dress, like, dress and fly and stuff like that, but how we present ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to put it together and make it look right, like it look nice and enticing. You know what I'm saying? So you guys do a really, really good job at that and finding the right pieces, the right people with the right energy and the right frequency for what we're trying to do, the right vibe. So it's going to be amazing. Come on down, y'all. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people flying down. There's people driving down. It's going to be crazy, so.
Jamaar, I'll say this, man. A lot of it, you just kind of let the ancestors do what they do and let them work. You don't even try to get in their way. A lot of this is just kind of it's feel, man. It's not even like a lot of thought going to it. These things kind of come together how they supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing is we got to do is just don't get in the way of it. Just let it flow. You know what I'm saying? So that's how this happy thing flows. Happy just flows like the river, just flows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like just don't get in the way of it. Just leave it alone. Let it do what it's supposed to do. And if you let it do what it's supposed to do, things will happen, and we'll see these elements kind of come together the way they're supposed to come together. Nature has a way of just doing it. You know what I mean? Kind of just doing what it's supposed to do. We just let it just work the way it's supposed to work. So
you water, my friends.
You know what I mean? So this is what this is. This is what the HAPI Movement looks like. This is what the HAPI Movement's about. So yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely excited, looking forward to it. I feel like I'm gonna be on stage. I got, my, we got our butterflies and, to the stage, you get that little kind of that, that anxiousness, you know what I mean?
Never
so,
go away.
Yeah. So, definitely, I'm feeling it, but, listen, it's going to be here before we know it, less than 2 weeks. And, hey, listen, this is it. This is the push, So yeah. So family, again, take this opportunity, get your tickets, be a part of the event. You want to put the flyer up real quick?
Yeah.
One last time.
We're going to use Harriet this time.
Okay. All right. So yeah, and we got to give a shout out to the artists. My man, Mike Drake, 360 Media, Mike Veronica, worked with him a long time, helped me produce the tech in Nubian. And Mike also does a lot of the artwork for us behind the scenes in terms of the promotional pieces. And we wanted to use various New York City landmarks and themes in the promotion for this event. And this is the Harriet Tubman statues over there, I think 116th Street in Frederick Douglass. But here's the people that's there. Again, host, moderator, my brother, Dr. Ken Harris, Dr. Susan Tata, the brother Riza Islam, Dr. Gina Falou, Professor James Small, Infudisi Jehutimes, brother Kaba Kabane, performances by Brand Nubian, Lyrical Face, Jamaar Milton. And we're also going to have special extended clips of HAPI and Out of Darkness, Heavy is the Crown, Volume 1. You know, and there's also going to be an African and drum dance ensemble. Baba Allah is going to be there performing for us several times throughout the night. So it's just going to be a powerful experience, kind of infusing all these different elements together and all these different people of different consciousness, different mindsets, different geographical locations, different thought processes under the theme of, you know what I'm saying, our Black genius, our Black beauty. So it's going to be a powerful event, family. Definitely be there with us.
Yeah.
You know, all right. So listen, again, want to thank you guys, and we see you guys soon. You know, the countdown has officially begun, and we're looking forward to it. I got any final words?
I just want to say thank you. I'm looking forward to hearing all of the artists perform as well. So looking forward to your music. And Alicia, I will wear yellow. If anyone would like to just follow me or find me on social media, I'm at Lyrical Faith Poetry. Thank you. Lyrical Faith Poetry on everything, Facebook included, YouTube as well. And I am looking forward to sharing space and sharing community with you all. I think that it's amazing that you all are doing this, and I'm very much so excited to be able to be a part of this amazing occasion. So thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
What about you, brother?
Hey man, if you ain't got your tickets, get your tickets right now. I have people in my inbox trying to get the VIP sold out.
Sold out. I kept trying to tell people we added 12 more seats. I didn't want to add. Y'all can thank Taaqiy Grant for that, because I was like, nope. We did. Yeah. We were like this amount, but we added one more. We went to the venue. I sat there. I was like, does this feel like VIP? I was like, okay, this feels like VIP. All right. We put 12 more tickets up there, and people were just like, oh, da-da-da-da. And then we get all these emails after they gone. And I said, get them.
Don't wait, family. Get your tickets now. You know, don't be surprised if it gets sold out. So get your tickets.
And you know, it's thank you for saying that.
Ticket. You'll be on the live stream.
You'll be on the live stream. You'll be outside.
Sit in the car looking at the live stream, guys, because the space we can.
And you know what's thank you. What's good, and people are going to come the day of, and family. The only thing I can tell you, the people with tickets, obviously they're coming in first. You can take the chance, you can gamble, and hope that there's another seat for you, and you'll be let in. But let's not do CPT. Get your tickets in advance.
Play around if you want.
Don't fool around. Don't fool around, because every aspect, and you know, sometimes people are like, oh, they're just talking mess. You know, Felicia said it, Jamaar said it. The VIP tickets went like that. People hitting us up about the vendors. We've been telling this now for about almost 2.5 months. If you're interested, there are limited spaces for vendors. Get your tickets. People are like, oh, well, you know, we want to. I'm like, oh, listen, it's too late. There's no more space. This theater is not designed for a lot of free space outside of the actual chairs. So we don't have much vending area. But now that's all gone. VIP is all gone.
Yeah.
Soon, the general admission is going to be all gone. And this is when the big push comes. The big push comes as we get closer. People wait to the last minute. So if you're one of those last minute folks, you better be one of the first last minute folks. You know what I mean?
Right. Even if you're unsure, get your tickets. Give it to somebody if you don't make it that day. You know what I'm saying? Just get your tickets.
And look, we ain't mad if you scalp them out in front of the But see, this is the thing, though. You know, we can't even sneak nobody in because the manager for JPAC's gonna be on site.
Not playing.
So we can't even. So family, just do the right thing. Get your little tickets now. Somebody asked about wardrobe. What should you wear? And it's just fly. I mean,
I mean, it's not gonna be formal. You don't have to be like suited and booted. You know, just be, you know, classy and comfortable.
Yeah.
You know,
ready to mingle. You know, because there's gonna be lots of mingling, guys. This is family. You know, this is family. and Black Sage and Love. Black Sage and Love. It's gonna be nice. Yeah.
It's going to be a great opportunity for you guys to network. Those of you who are, you know, who want to be in the community, because I know what it is like. I love talking to those who are from the outside looking in, because I remember when I was first getting into community, I didn't know who was who. Anybody who was going to be in the building that night. Okay, your favorite scholars, your favorite keynote speakers, and movers and shakers in the community. So you want to be in the building that night just to be surrounded by the energy. Y'all know how energy works. So you just want to be there. You just want to be there.
Yes. Very well said, my brother. Very, very well said. All right, guys. Well, listen, again, we thank you for coming to hang out with us. And we're gonna go ahead and close it out. And yeah. All right. So
thank you guys.
Thank you once again.
Okay.
All right.
Peace.
All right, peace.
Yo, this is gonna be great, Taaqiy. We've met everybody. Everybody been up on the Happy Talks. It's gonna be part of this event.
Yeah. All right, people. So listen.
Be hurting.
Go ahead.
Hurting already. God, I got a headache. I have a headache. This is too much positivity. Oh my God.
Yes, it is. A lot of positivity. That's good though. That's good. We need some to balance a lot of this negativity in this crazy world we're in. Listen, if you're not signed up to the newsletter, take this opportunity to do that. HAPIFilm.com. And while you're there, we have new merchandise, the double HAPI, power and unity. It's so essential, family. This is what it's about. It's about tying us together, bringing us together, particularly in a time where people are constantly trying to divide and conquer. This whole concept of the power and unity came from what we went through last year. This time we understood that we won't get any further as a people if we do not stand together. And we looked at our ancient past for guidance in teachings. We understood that, they understood the power and unity. And this symbol here, guys, if you stand up for him again, this symbol right here, you would see at the feet of all the seated pharaohs, understanding that they knew where their true power came from, just tying the people together. And that is no BS. That is a fact. So we need to understand what this looks like, power and unity. That was the theme of our conference, and we're moving forward with that, So
yes. Wait, young University of Truth. You coming out of Ohio? Yo, she been on it the whole entire time. Yes, girl. Listen, we only got 12 of each size of these hoodies. Okay. Listen.
Yeah.
It's like when we just say something, I think you guys think we just saying it to be like Taaqiy said, hyping it up. Nah. Like just hit, oh my God, I love this hoodie. I love the color. It's so nice on my skin tone, but it's also nice on Taaqiy's skin tone too. I'm just saying, it's gonna be fire. Get your stuff.
Yeah, go ahead. HAPIFilm.com. It's all there. HAPI digital
North
DVD,
Carolina.
Nubia, Tekken, digital DVD, posters, t-shirts, everything. All the HAPI gear, everything you need is on the website, and your tickets to the event is also there on that website. And we haven't talked about this in a while. This Power and Unity came from the Power and Unity conference that we had in Detroit on April 30th and May 1st of 2022, when Africa returned to the Source Conference had to be canceled and moved. So understanding the significance of the Happy Day of Black Excellence, it's important that you see the One Africa Power and Unity Conference. And it was a powerful event. And it definitely was moving. There's also the commemorative book that was connected to that. The PDF is also on the website as well. So family, definitely take this opportunity to check those things out. That's it for me though, Fee. If you got anything else, No,
Waleed asked, will the hoodies be? Yes, we will have the hoodies in the house.
What's left between now and then?
Yeah, what's left?
Yeah.
But I got Waleed, I got you. Waleed, just hit me up on the text. Waleed's traveled to Kemet with us. He was in the Madu Netra class with Infudishi, Jehuti missing us. Like, he's definitely a staunch HAPI supporter. And he got his ticket early because he was not playing around. That's what's up.
Same thing with Takesha. There's a couple other people here that got their tickets kind of early. They kind of moved kind of quick. So definitely salute to them. All right, family. So listen, we'll be with you guys sometime later on this week with another powerful show. Stay tuned for the information about it, and we'll make the notifications. All right, family.
All right. In the words of Professor James Small, peace and blessings.
don't know what we can talk about in this nation without talking about white superiority. Honestly,
Who defines the meaning of God also defines the relationship between economy and God.
African Americans spent $1.3 trillion last year, making us the 16th wealthiest nation in the world. Why have we not turned those riches into wealth to develop our community?